Magandang araw! Ako po si Sir Ariel, ang ALS lover ng EdTech Unit. Narito po ako para sa isang napakagandang balita at upang magpaalala na ang kinabukasan ay mas gaganda at uunlad kung ang lahat ay patuloy na mag-aaral. Sa edukasyon sa ating bansa, tiyak na walang maiiwanan sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap. Kaya naman ang Department of Education ICT's Educational Technology Unit at Alternative Learning System Task Force ay nagtutulungan sa pagkakaroon ng ALS Tech Empowerment Program upang maihatid ang excellent quality education sa ating mga ALS learner and teachers. To easily deliver the lessons from the modules and other references, we will provide tablet PC as part of the DepEd computerization program to all ALS teachers and orientation on the use of these packages. To deepen the pedagogical use of information and communications and technology in delivering instructions, there are training workshops on the use and curation of open educational resources or OER, Google and Microsoft productivity tools, creation of video lessons using PowerPoint presentations and KineMaster, and on ebook or e-magazine development. To create an avenue for remedial lessons that is open to all learners, teachers, and parents, we will have the ETUlay free online tutorial and mobile ETUlay, where we will visit remote schools to feature the best practices of our ALS teachers and learners. Sa mga out-of-school youth and adult, laging tatandaan na may pag-asa upang makapagpatuloy sa pag-aaral. May ALS para sa inyo. Ang edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICT's EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our module, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tarena!
Yan. Kala ko si Tutor Jess lang lalabas. Ayun. So,
Hello.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Ayan. Welcome.
Good afternoon,
welcome
Sir DJ.
Good afternoon, Tutor Jess. Ayan. Welcome sa ating Talk Tuesday, the coolest
Yeah, welcome everyone.
tutorial ever.
Yeah, the coolest
Ayun.
ever.
I hope
How
you
are
guys
you,
are doing
Tutor
well.
DJ?
I'm doing fine, Tutor Jess. Thank you very much for asking.
How did you spend your weekend anyway?
My
how did you spend? Yeah.
my weekend was amazing. You know, even though I did not go anywhere, I stayed at home.
Me too.
But I guess it was a very productive weekend, guys.
Yeah, we really have to enjoy every weekend, right?
Yes, Tutor Jess. What about
Usually,
you?
sir, what do you do on weekends?
On weekends, actually,
Yeah.
I play video games.
Okay. You know what, sir? Tutor DJ, I watched the phenomenon series, the Squid Game. Have you watched it already?
Ooh, yeah. Oh, sobrang trending yung Squid Game
Oo
na
nga,
yun.
pinag-uusapan. Kaya tinry ko one day. Anyways,
Of
it's
course.
weekend. Give for myself. Okay, anyway, sir.
Ayun.
I think we
Nag-binge
have
watch
here
Tutor Jess.
people watching already. Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to Ma'am Jennifer, Ma'am Susan Ringor, and Samantha Blasi from Lanao High School, Caloocan City. Good afternoon
Yan,
po.
syempre. Oo. Good afternoon kay Boss Ariel. Present daw, Tutor Ariel. Unang-una first.
Yeah.
And shoutout nga pala, nagpapa-shoutout sa atin si Ma'am Mary Ann from SDO Mabalacat. Siya raw yung pinakamabait na teacher sa SDO Mabalacat.
Okay po.
Hi ma'am, kamusta?
Hello po, ma'am. And of
Ngayon,
course,
sobrang
shout out
isa
to my
pang
school,
mabait, no?
Cristobal S. Conducto Memorial Integrated National High School.
Ayan.
And of course,
Big
to
shout out.
our dear principal, Dr. Dorita P. Arca.
Ayan. Siyempre, shoutout
Shoutout
din
po.
sa partner ko yung nag-comment. Good afternoon. Ma'am Jen, hello. Sana okay kayo sa Batangas? Alay.
Hello po.
Wala
And
pala.
syempre po, shoutout po sa aming bagong PSDS, Dr. Neme Flor M. Gumabaw. Good afternoon po. I know that sir is watching. Good afternoon po.
Yun, swak na swak. Always present
Yes.
sa speech class. Ayan na.
Yeah, thank you so much, top fan. Oh my God. We have a top fan.
Napakagaling din yan, Tutor Jess.
Oo,
Napakagaling niya ni Ma'am Jennifer. Napakagaling magsalita.
Hi.
Napakagaling
Hi, Ma'am
mag-post,
Jennifer.
napakagaling magturo. Lahat magaling. Mahusay, napakahusay. Dapat
Oh.
yan, ano na yan eh. Sunduin na yan eh.
I would like to meet Ma'am Jennifer someday, soon.
Ayan.
Hi, Ma'am
Darating
Jennifer.
tayo sa Tutor Jess.
Yeah.
And of course, big shoutout din sa aking homeschool lang, MBS East Senior High School. Siyempre, kamusta kayo dyan? Hello.
Hello
Mga
po,
co-teachers,
hello.
friends, and students, kamusta?
Okay,
So,
from Santo
ayun.
Tomas National High School, Susan Iringor. Hi po.
Ayan, Susan E. Ringor. La Union Division, hello po. Ayan. I
Layo,
hope you
no?
guys
Layo na
will-
nararating natin.
Siyempre naman. I hope you guys will stay dito sa ating Talk Tuesday. And of course, siyempre, big shoutout din sa ating mga direktor dito sa EdTech Unit. Napakahusay
Hello po.
sila, Mami
Thank
Joy.
you
at
so
si
much for assisting
Tutor
us,
Ariel.
Mami Joy.
Ayan. Lodi natin yan.
Yeah, Lodi.
Ayan. Ay, parang slide ko tong naka-flash. Second part ba to? Second part.
Hmm.
Ma'am, Tutor Jess, pa-share na mo ng screen mo, Tutor Jess, para makita natin yung first part ng ating Talk Tuesday for this time. Ayan.
Okay, wait.
So, big reminder habang inaayos natin yung mga slides natin, always remember, guys, that Talk Tuesday is a safe place for you guys to be in. Ito yung tutorial, ito yung Facebook Live na talagang everyone can make mistakes and we will work on it. And we promise that Tutor Jess, and Sir DJ will be with you every step of your learning process dito sa ating speech
Okay,
class.
wait.
At talaga
I'm
naman,
sharing my
ipo-boost
screen.
natin. Ayan, ipo-boost natin ang confidence nyo at lalakas ang loob when you deliver a speech in front of a crowd, in front of your classmates, dito sa camera kapag may online class. Ayun!
Mhm.
So dahil puring-puri natin si Ma'am Jennifer, sabi niya, GCash number daw. Sige, send namin yan, Ma'am
May
Jen.
nasi-share ba?
Hindi ko po sure, Ma'am.
Kita
For now.
po, kita.
Kita po ba, Mami Joy? Big shoutout rin kay Darwin John Roa, grade 9 year. Ayan. So grade 9, no? Talagang sa junior high school and especially pati sa senior high school, gamit na gamit ang mga
Yeah.
speeches, ang mga speech
Yes.
classes, working,
Of
ang sharing ng
course.
lessons. Ayan.
Sir, may kita na po ba?
Tutor Jess, wala pa raw po ang iyong slide.
Okay. Wait. What's happening?
Ayan.
I think I have a problem again with my connection.
Ayan. Kaya yan, ma'am.
Can you please share it for me, the one that I sent you? Because right now, I think I have a problem with my internet connection.
Okay. Check ko lang, ma'am, kasi naka-keynote ako eh. Tingnan ko kung magmamatch.
Thank you.
Alright.
It's
So yun,
hanging, oh my
abang lang.
God.
Siyempre, tuloy-tuloy lang eh.
Yeah.
So before that, let's have a recap of
Live
what we
kasi
had last
talaga
time.
nangyayari, no?
Oo. Mag-recap tayo ng napag-usapan natin last time. So in the
Yeah.
previous week, yung previous Talk Tuesday natin, ang isa sa mga napag-usapan natin is preparing your speech or preparing for a speech rather. So paano nga ba natin ihahanda ang ating mga sarili sa pagpe-prepare
Yeah,
ng isang
exactly.
speech? So paano nga ba ginagawa yan? So ayun, i-share ko din yung screen ko para makita nyo po yung previews natin. Mami Joy, pakipo. Yung screen ko, yan. So tuloy lang, no? Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo, syempre.
Oo, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Ganun lang talaga ang laban.
Nagkakaroon
last
ng
time,
technical
sinabi namin,
difficulty sometimes.
correct.
Because it's
Sinabi
live.
sinabi namin sa inyo ni Tutor Jess na there are many ways on how people are scared or on how we become afraid of whatever is happening sa mga speeches natin. Okay? So yun, one of the things that we reminded you is that mispronunciation happens every time. So it's normal. It's something that happens even to the professional speakers. Talaga yung mga nagto-talk in front of people, even sa TED Talks, if you're watching that on YouTube, there are speakers there that sometimes commit mispronunciations. So what does this mean, Tutor Jess? So okay lang. Normal
Okay lang
na
magkamali. To err is human, sabi ko nga. And to forgive
Yan.
is divine. Yeah.
Exactly. Totoo yan. Nangyayari yan, no? And what we always remind you, sinasabi namin ni Tutor Jess sa inyong lahat, na kapag nagkamali ka, don't let the session end without you correcting yourself.
Yeah,
So,
there will always be
Mhm.
room for improvement and correction.
Correct.
Every
Correct. Hindi
time that
pwede-
we commit mistake.
Tama po. Hindi pwedeng
Exactly.
aalis ang mga listeners mo, ang audience mo, na mali pa rin yung nasa isip nila. Itatama natin.
Yeah.
Yan. Hello po, good afternoon po, sabi ni Romeo Avancenia. Good
Hello
afternoon, Romeo.
po. Good afternoon.
So yan. So sinabi natin that the big difference between ordinary and extraordinary is practice. Ayan. People say that practice makes perfect, Tutor Jess. Tama ba? Sinasabi nila yun, ano?
Yeah, exactly. Practice makes perfect, and of course, having confidence with yourself, of course, will really help. And give
That's right.
time for improvement. Don't be in haste.
Correct. So sinasabi nila practice makes perfect, but what I'm telling you here is that when we practice, the ordinary becomes extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Yeah, exactly.
When we deliver a speech in front of a crowd, so talagang kapag pinractice mo yan, talagang perfection ang lalabas. Okay,
Takes time to be perfect.
Nasabi natin to last time, no? Effective presentations are 38% of your voice, 55% nonverbal communication, and only 7% of your content. So yun talaga ang bumubuo sa isang speech, guys. Always keep that in mind. Our voice and the nonverbal communication, yun talaga ang magdadala. So di ba, Tutor Jess, kapag ang tao ay nervous, nakaka-apekto na yun sa voice niya. Right?
Yeah. It
Talaga-
can easily be seen when
Exactly.
you're nervous. That's why you should know how to really fight your nervousness, and every time you feel it, you have to think of alternative way on how to conquer it.
Correct. So, syempre, I'm sure you guys, the mga nanonood sa amin ngayon, I'm sure you've experienced being nervous in front of people, right? So, ano yung mga signs nyo as a person, as a speaker, na sa tingin nyo, kinakabahan na ang isang speaker? Or ikaw mismo, ano yung mga signs sa sarili mo na kinakabahan ka na kapag nasa harap
Sige
ka
nga,
na?
basa tayo.
So, ayan. Sige, type it down, guys. Ako
Type
honestly,
in your
Tutor
comment.
Jess, Ako honestly, I know that I'm nervous if I can feel that my legs are weak. Yung parang jelly yung legs ko.
Good
Ganun.
for you because it cannot easily be seen, especially nowadays that we have online. Kung kinakabahan ka, hindi kita kasi usually half
Oo.
body lang ang nakikita.
Hanggang dito lang nakikita nila
Yeah,
sa
yeah.
akin. Ano? Hindi
Good
nakita
for
yung
you.
jelly legs ni Tutor DJ. And one more thing, I remembered dun sa DepEd TV. I just want to share this, Tutor Jess. Yung first time ko talaga na humarap in front of a camera na makikita ng mga kasamahan natin sa DepEd TV, I noticed na nanginginig yung pisngi ko. And because of that, nanginginig yung pisngi ko, nanginginig na rin yung boses ko. Right? So it affected 38% of my presentation, yung voice. So talagang ganun, normal yun, nangyayari talaga. Right?
Yeah.
Yun. So ayan, no?
Most
Certain
of the
situations can affect our fear. Ito yung mga pinag-usapan natin last time. Si Good PM still watching. Sabi ni Tutor Jess, no? Sabi ni Ariel de los Santos, ako, napakamahiyain ko po. Sorry. Ito, napakamahiyain daw ni Tutor Ariel. Sorry, natawa ako kasi hindi ako naniniwala.
Hindi ba?
Ayan. Sabi ni Mami Joy, sabi niya, same tayo sir, mahihain din po ako. Woo! Mahihain tayo. Ayan. So, remember guys, no, kagaya na sinabi namin ni Tutor Jess, no, hindi problema ang pagiging mahihain. Yan.
Yeah.
Hindi problema yan. Ang kailangan
Like,
mo lang,
you know what, Tutor DJ, like
Yes,
Sarah
ma'am.
Geronimo, if you will notice, right?
Mhm.
According to them, Sarah Geronimo is really shy. Pero kapag kumanta na siya, di ba, halimaw. So, you should
Totoo yan.
really try to be like that all the time.
Yan.
Nagaano
Yung
tayo,
pagka-
nagiging iba ang personality once we face people.
Correct. And yung
Sabi ni
pagpapunta-
Samantha Blasi, ay sorry
Mhm.
sir.
Sige ma'am, go ahead.
Sabi ni Samantha Blasey, I remembered once that I would speak in a crowd. I was nervous. I knew that I was nervous because my breath is hitching sometimes. Exactly.
Your
It
breath is
happens all the
hitting.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Same scenario with us.
Yung mga times na Samantha, tandaan mo, no, when we run out of breath, it's a sign that we are nervous, pero it's not a good sign for our
Yeah,
speech.
kasi
Kasi, oo.
meron
Kasi pag
talagang
kinapos ka na,
nahihimatay.
correct, pag kinapos ka na, parang makikita ng audience na it's either, ay, minamadali niya or naghahabol na siya ng hininga. Distracting. Nawawala na sila sa concept. But then again, we will work on that, Samantha. Tatulungan ka namin yung tutor test dyan.
Sabi naman ni Susan, okay,
Sabi ni Susan,
Ringor, yung sinasabi po niyo, sir, ganun din po sa akin, samahan ng malalamig na kamay. Oo nga,
Yun.
the usual thing. Lahat siguro ng tao ganun na-feel. And also sabi
Correct.
ni Ariel de los Santos, seriously, I got my confidence when I started to read a lot.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I agree, Tutor Ariel. No? Talaga namang reading can really help a person. Hindi lang sa pagpapalawak ng vocabulary, even in boosting our confidence in delivering a speech. Talagang reading works miracles. Totoo yan, Tutor Ariel. Agree ako dyan. Sabi ni Augusto Mejia, hydrate. Ayan. That's one thing, no? If you notice that your voice is, pero marang medyo sabit-sabit na siya, one good thing is to hydrate. Mamaya,
Yeah.
thank you,
Drink
Sir
water.
Augusto Mejia. No? Tandaan natin, mamaya bibigay natin yung mga tips na yan kung paano ba natin isasolve. Ayan. So, number one, diniscuss natin last week, no, lack of experience can really give us more fear pag hindi tayo sanay speaking in front of a crowd. Can you remember that, Tutor Jess? Na yun ba yung pinag-usapan last time?
Yeah.
Yan. Number two,
Lack
Tutor
of
Jess, ano
experience.
yung pinag-usapan natin?
Okay, the fear of evaluation. Like
Yeah.
with what Anna May Salgado is commenting here right now, in relation to number 2, minsan po kasi nauuna yung isipan na ang dami sigurong makikritik sa akin ito, kaya po kinakabahan na pag nasa harap ng marami.
Yeah.
So that is an example with number 2, fear of evaluation. Okay, we are already imagining future scenarios that we consider as negative, that sometimes it ruins our confidence.
That's right, Anna May.
Most of the
Tama ka
time,
dyan.
it ruins our confidence.
Tama ka dyan. When we know or when we think that we are being evaluated, parang may psychological blow yan sa atin.
May effect.
Oo, parang iniisip agad natin, naku, they are
And it's
looking for my
normal.
errors. And it's normal. Perfectly normal. No problem with that. Same
It's
goes to
normal.
sinasabi ni Tutor Ariel, no? I would like to relate to what Tutor Ariel said dito sa status difference, no? Sabi niya, I remember during my high school days, my first ever oratorical contest, sobra ang pawis ko. Yan. Normal yan, no? Yung mga oratorical competition, ito, Tutor Ariel, and same goes with Samantha Blasey, kasi sinabi niya, sumala rin siya sa isang oration, sa isang oratorical competition. When you join an oratorical competition, it means that you believe yourself to be someone confident to deliver a speech orally. Yan. Basically,
You're starting to develop your skill.
Yun pa lang pumirma ka, parang sinasabi mo na doon na, okay, kakayanin ko to. And use that as your motivation. Nilakasan mo na yung loob mo sa pagsali. Sa pag-deliver mo na sa actual oration, bigay mo na yung best. And if we're going to relate that to status difference, kaya tayo sobrang kabado nung first time natin sumali sa mga oratorical competitions, because we know that some of our teachers are more experienced with that. Or some of our seniors, kung halimbawa sumali ka, sabi ni Samantha, sumali siya grade 5. Siyempre alam mo na may kalaban kang grade 6 or may nakikinig na grade 6. Or yung mga teachers mo talagang marami nang narinig na oratorical or oration. Ibig sabihin, parang nagkakaroon ka ng fear kasi mas alam nila to eh. First time ko palang sumali. Kaya nagkakaroon ka ng takot. And kagaya ng sinabi ni Tutor Jess, it's perfectly normal.
It's
okay lang.
Perfectly fine. And at the same time, it really helps that we need to be positive all the time, but not with COVID. Positivity is pertinent to success. We always have to believe in everything that we do positively. Avoid not boosting your confidence and enhancing more of yourself when you talk in front of people. Be positive lang lagi.
Correct. Number 4, natatakot tayo if there are new audiences. Pagbago ang crowd, kinakabahan tayo. Ayan, kagaya ng sinabi natin last
Exactly.
time. Super relate dito yung mga transferee. Paglipat nila ng school, pakilala yung sarili, bago na naman yung audience. So, nagkakaroon ng panibagong takot. And of course, Tutor Jess, number 5.
Okay, for number 5, we have fresh concepts.
Mm-hmm.
People may not accept or believe it. Okay, that is one of the problems. That's why many people, many speakers are afraid to talk, to speak
Mm-hmm.
up, because they do not know exactly fresh concepts. That's why it's really necessary for us to read
Correct.
more. At the same time, research first
Correct.
before attending speech engagement to people.
Exactly, Tutor Jess, no? Kaya, if you can still remember, no, nung sa mga teachers and educators out there, if you guys are listening with us right now, if you can remember, naalala niyo yung dati, yung traditional na teaching, tapos may fresh concept na ipinasok sa atin bago UBD or whatever, and then
The
pagkatapos nung
UVD,
pinasok,
understanding by design.
exactly, tapos pinasok ang K-12, di ba
Oo.
maraming nagtataas ng
Ang
kilay,
daming nakakalito.
correct, maraming sasabi, kailangan ba yan, whatever. But then, let's think about it. These fresh concepts are, in my opinion, more effective than what we do before. Ayan. So talagang, kaya yung mga nag-deliver ng ganitong concept sa atin, they are good speakers. They are great speakers. Kasi we were able to give a new concept dun sa mga teachers na alam yung kung ano yung dati nakasanayan. And just like what we've said dito sa ating slide, people may not accept or believe a concept that they are giving you. But then again, if you are an effective speaker, they will somehow change their mind about it. Ayan.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's why we really have to be open-minded also to accept new
Exactly.
concept for us to
That's
have
right.
improvement with our skills and talents. And at the same time,
Mhm.
we always have to remember that new concepts improves the quality of life that we have,
Exactly. Tama ka dyan,
quality
Sister Jess,
of
no?
skills that we have.
Correct. Sabi ni Ligaya Tinapa, when I'm in the crowd and talk in front, I distract or I get distracted and forget what to speak in front. Okay lang yan, Ligaya, that's normal. Pag kinakabahan talaga tayo minsan, yung tinatawag natin na mental block, tayo.
Mm.
Nakakalimutan natin. That's why sometimes in speech, acceptable ang paggamit ng cue cards.
Yeah.
Acceptable, but not all the time. Kasi mas
So
maganda
that
pa rin
will be
panoorin.
guided.
Correct. Kasi mas maganda pa rin panoorin ng speaker na hindi gumagamit ng cue cards. Pero normal yun.
Rehearse.
Pwede yun. Accepted yun. Yes. Sabi ni Samantha, I was first place when I joined the oratorical contest. I was so
Wow,
happy that time.
congratulations.
Galing naman ni Samantha.
Galing naman.
Suki natin yan. Suki natin si Samantha sa speech class. Galing. We are proud of you,
Galing.
Samantha.
Congratulations.
Ayan. So, eto na, Tutor Jess. Eto na yung talagang puso ng usapan natin ngayon. How do we deal with that? What are we supposed to do? What should we do in preparing ourselves for a speech? Ayan. Ito na yung mga tanong nyo last week at ngayon. Paano nga ba namin gagawa ng paraan? Sabi ni Chloe May Flores, Impromptu Speech Champion 2011 division level. Nice! Kita mo naman,
Wow!
Tutor Jess, no? Yung mga
Ang
nakinig
galing
sa
ng
atin
mga
sa
viewers
speech
pala
class.
natin, no?
Correct. Talaga namang batak na batak sa speaking. But then again, sabi nga natin, no, the biggest room in the world is a room for improvement. So kahit magaling ka na, there's still some things that you need to work on.
Sometimes we have to learn how to unlearn.
Correct.
Yeah.
So ang aming first tip ni Tutor Jess, number 1, guys, practice alone. Yan.
And how do you do
remember,
that?
guys.
Sure.
Ma'am? Sorry po.
How do you do that practicing alone?
Ayan. So thank you for that question. Tutor Jess, no?
And
So,
where do you practice alone?
ayan. Thank you for that.
Magandang
So,
tanong,
ito,
di ba?
pro tip namin to sa inyo, guys. Practicing alone can really help you prepare better for a speech or
Exactly.
for an oratorical competition. Kagaya na sinasabi nitong mga listeners natin this afternoon. If you're going to ask me, when I practice alone, I do it in the bathroom. I'm really
Same.
honest with that. I do it in the bathroom. Bakit? Yung acoustics doon, ang ganda. Ang ganda ng tunog doon. Tapos may salamin ka pa doon. And then, when you speak doon sa bathroom, talagang confident ka kasi mag-isa ka lang, no? And because of that, yung sa first tip natin, sabi, when we practice alone, when you speak to yourself, you will hear your own errors.
And
Di ba,
also
Tutor
your
Jesse?
your the body language and gestures and facial expressions.
Correct, correct. Kapag ka nag-practice ka mag-isa, mapapansin mo, ay, nabulol ako sa word na yun. So, papracticein mo siya ngayon para pagdating ng delivery mo, wala nang mali. Ikaw, Tutor Jess, how do you practice alone?
I face the mirror, like what is written here. I face the
Mhm.
mirror and then I evaluate myself. I try to evaluate myself and assess. That is how I practice. And sometimes I record as well my voice and the way I speak para maging
Mhm.
sigurado ako kung. And then I ask for honest criticism from my friends, from my relatives, kung saan ako
That's right.
nagkakamali.
That's right. Correct yun, correct yun. And when we record, when we practice alone, is tip rin namin ni Tutor Jess, no? Record yourself for pace checking. Ayan.
Especially right now that we all have our cell phones.
Correct.
Di ba?
So you can use your phone, your recorder sa phone nyo, or gusto mo, i-video mo yung
Yung
sarili
iba
mo.
nga may nagtitiktok, tinitiktok pa yan, di ba?
Correct, no? Talagang
Ginagawa,
ginagamit nila yung
ini-story pa.
correct, yung TikTok para maging avenue for their
Yeah.
practice. But that's a good thing. Kasi,
Mm.
oo nga naman, if you post your work online, people will give you comments about what
Yeah.
you're doing. Huwag nga lang
Tapos andyan
negative
na yung
comments.
lalabas na yung mga bullies mo na
Ayan.
friends.
Ayan, lalabas na yan. No? But the main reason why we record ourselves for our practice is because we want to keep track of time. Kasi sometimes when we deliver a speech, meron lang time limit eh. So hanggang dun lang. So kapag na-practice mo siya and you've recorded it using your phone, then that's good.
Okay.
Kontrolado mo yung time.
Use
ng speech.
timer
Exactly.
to know the pace of your speech.
Correct. Now, aming tip number 2, ayun sinasabi kayo ni Tutor Jess, we practice with an audience. Paano nga ba to, Tutor Jess?
Of course, if you're staying at home and you do not have anyone, but only your brother or your sibling, and then you can ask for your sibling's opinion or criticism about your performance. Or you can even, right now with the advent of technology, we can easily ask opinion from our audience through the social media applications.
Mhm.
Katulad nga ng sabi ko kanina, yung TikTok, pwede kayo mag-TikTok, pwede nyo i-send sa messenger yung video, and then chat mo yung nanay mo kahit malayo na, ano ba, ano po bang mali dito? Lalo na pag ang nanay mo sobrang strict, di ba? Magsasabi talaga ng totoo yan kung ano mali.
Correct.
Yung mga family
Ayan.
members and friends.
Oo, syempre. No? Pero always remember, guys, no? Ito, isa na namang pro tip. Wala na naman to dito. Isang additional tip, guys. When you practice with an audience, choose somebody that you're very comfortable with. Dun
Yeah,
muna.
exactly.
Isa
And
lang.
honest.
Yeah, and honest, no? Kahit yung best friend mo lang muna. So, Bessie, I'm going to have a speech tomorrow. Do you mind if you help me with it? You just have to sit there and listen to me. Ganun lang. Walang problema dun, no? And then, when you deliver your speech, then ask for their opinions. Since friend mo naman yan, kung ano man ang sabihin niya, you will accept it.
Hindi ka
nicely.
masasaktan.
Correct. Alba, sabihin niya, parang na-mispronounce mo tong word na to. And then take note of
Hindi
that.
maganda to, baguhin mo to. Ngumiti ka
Correct,
dito.
Correct, di ba?
May mga ganun.
Kasi-
Huwag ka na, sumisimangot ka sa part na to. Ayusin mo.
Mhm.
Yan.
Correct.
Sabi
anong
nga ni
purpose
Ma'am
ng-
Joy, sorry sir to interrupt.
Sige, ma'am, go ahead.
Sabi ng ating commentators, nagpa-practice muna ako sa harap ng aking kids and then hingi ako feedback. Okay, good. Good also,
Yeah.
sir, di ba, yung tutor, na you
Correct.
also ask for your kids' opinion. Kasi sabi nga nila, children do not lie.
Yeah.
Diba?
Tama ka dyan, Tutor Jess, no? So, ang ganda na sinabi nun ni Mami Joy, no? So, talagang tama nga. No? Actually, I haven't tried it with kids kasi I don't have kids yet. Pero
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure. Thank you, Tutor Jess and Mami Joy, no? Talagang soon, pagka nagkaroon ako ng anak, promise, Mami Joy, sila unang makakarinig ng speech ko.
Yung 1 month pa lang, tinanong mo na, no?
Nak-nak pa na mo to, nak.
Oo, yung ag-ag.
Ayan. But the main purpose of practicing with an audience is to view or to see your speech in a new perspective. Yan.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi lang naman ikaw ang nakakalam niyan. You're not always right. So sometimes people can give you something else, no? Something better than what you think. And kagaya na sinabi ni Mami Joy, another input na talagang pwede nga yan, no? Kasi kids don't lie. Ayan. So sa ating tip number 3, tandaan nyo, sinabi rin namin to last time. Get to know your audience. Always be considerate of your audience. Hindi pwede na yung speech mo sa isang lugar, gagamitin mo ring speech sa panibagong lugar.
Yeah.
There is no one-size-fits-all speech.
People are
Yan.
not the same.
Correct. Tama yan, Tutor Jess. So, iba-iba talaga. So, Tutor Jess, paano nga ba natin, ano nga ba yung mga dapat nating may consider if we
Oh,
have to get to know our audience
of
before
course,
our
you really need to do a background check first of your audience
correct.
before you attend a speech engagement. Know how old or how young your audience are, and also know your audience before ahead of time or
Mm-hmm.
beforehand before speaking in front of them, so that you
Correct.
will know specifically include also the demographic profiling of your audience, and know their gender, their preferences, and also the setting. Okay,
That's
including
right.
na
That's
kasi yung ano, kung saan sila nakatira, alamin mo. Kasi baka mamaya may part ka dun sa speach mo na medyo may masasaktan. Kasi dun
mm,
sila nakatira sa area na yun.
yeah, that's right. Exactly, Tutor Jess. Thank you very much for that. Sabi rin ni Tutor Dada, I agree. Be considerate. Ayan. Always be considerate of your audience. Kasi nga, kagaya
Yeah,
ng sinabi ni Tutor Jess, no?
know
You
your
might,
audience.
oh yeah, one speech might be funny to one type of audience, but then when you deliver it to another, it can be offensive. So yan.
Yeah. There
Hindi
are topics
pwedeng,
that are offensive to
correct. It's
others.
not one size fits all speech. For example, ang topic mo is about parables
Gender.
and stories from the
Mm.
Bible, and you're going to teach it to teenagers. So, of course, you have to consider yung teenagers, yung interests nila. And how are you
Mm.
going to use that to your advantage as a speaker? So yun, hindi pwedeng pagtungtong mo on stage, parable, blah, blah, blah,
Oo
blah,
nga,
basa ng
yung
Bible.
binibigla, wag
No?
mong bibiglain.
Yeah, you can't do that. Okay, you have to consider their interest in the beginning of your speech. Kunin mo muna yung attention nila. For example,
Get their attention
wow,
first.
yeah, gamitin mo ang video games, gamitin mo ang TikTok, kung ano mga interest ng audience mo. And then, slowly, you inject your actual topic.
It's
Yun.
important to build connection first.
Correct. Always remember that. So, kailangan we
The
get to know
connection.
our audience. Kaya nga,
Yeah.
no, hindi pwedeng tutungtong ka dyan and you don't know what these audiences want or what these audiences want to listen to, right? Hindi pwedeng ganon. Hindi porket, kunyari, feeling ko, I'm beautiful enough para makinig sila sa akin. There is no such thing.
Mm.
You have to prepare. You have to get to know your audience. Ikaw ang mag-a-adjust sa'yo, hindi sila. Ay, sa kanila
Yeah.
lang.
Exactly.
Yan. Correct.
And that is
Tip
a way
number
of
4.
showing respect to people.
That's right, ma'am. Tip number 4, Tutor
Anyway,
Jen.
whenever we speak in front of them, we are speaking not to brag or anything else,
Mhm.
right? We are
Exactly.
speaking to inspire people.
Yes. Okay. Meron tayong purpose ng
Yeah,
speech
there
na
should always
dinideliver
be a good
natin
purpose.
in front of a crowd. No, we're not just there to tell them that hey, I'm good in speaking. It doesn't work
Mm.
that way. Okay, you are there to deliver information, to inspire them to do good, and to persuade them
Yeah.
in some way or another. Ayan. So, tip number 4, Tutor Jess. Paano nga ba to? Feeling ko ikaw ang mahusay dito.
Ano yan? Okay.
Dress
Dress
to
to impress. Okay.
Yan.
Wear formal, professional, but comfortable clothes. Relax jeans or soft shirt. Avoid wearing
Mm-hmm.
graphic tees since it can distract the audience only. Okay, I think
Homey.
it's really necessary. It's an important consideration whenever you speak in front of your audience. Credible enough. Once you look
Mm-hmm.
credible, of course, people will respect you. And at the same time, we have to remember that when we speak in front of people, our first goal is to persuade them to believe in you. So how
Mm-hmm.
people will believe you if you're not wearing appropriate dress or appropriate outfit for the occasion,
That's
right?
right. Tama ka
It's
dyan,
the
Tutor Jess.
credibility that you are building in front of people once you are wearing comfortable clothes.
Correct. Parang sabi nga nila, no, you have to look smart and be sharp. Yun.
Tsaka
So,
distracting yung yung hindi makikinig sa yung audience. Kasi nakatingin sila sa example. Ang
correct.
sapatos mo puro putik. Bakit kaya maputik yung hindi na sila sinasabi mo kundi doon sa distracting na outfit or kaya yung way of wearing clothes. So we really have to look formal in front of
Mm,
them.
that's right. No?
At the
And
same
a
time,
formal,
nafe-feel nila na importante sila, di ba?
yes, syempre
Pinaghandaan
pinaghandaan.
natin sila. Yes.
You're right, Tutor Jess, no? And always remember, no, kailangan yung the way you look, fits the kind of situation you are in. For example, if it is
Yeah.
a formal speech, syempre you have to wear formal but
Formal
comfortable
outfit.
clothes. Pero itong
Yeah.
tutor Jess, no, madalas nakakalimutan ng mga speaker, no, when they prepare a formal clothing, hindi na sila comfortable. That's a problem. Ayan. Minsan nagsusuot sila ng formal clothing. Formal siya pero sobrang fit. Sobrang
Mm.
sikip. Or sobrang masyadong sharp looking. Always remember, guys, that you are there on the stage. You will move around, you speak most of the
Mm.
time. So always
Dapat
consider,
comfortable.
correct, consider mo rin yung sarili mo na baka may sobrang fit, di ka na makahinga. Right?
Yeah, sabi nga ni Ma'am Joy, shoes din po dapat ikinukonsider. Yes, exactly. Actually,
Ayan.
based from what I have read somewhere, ang una
Mhm.
daw tinitingnan ng tao kapag may bagong nakikilala, sapatos kaagad. I don't know if it
Wow.
is true. Hi, Sir J. Cor. Good afternoon.
Ayan. So, tinitignan ng sapatos agad, no? Ayan.
Oo, sabi nila, kaya that's why you really have to spend money on buying good shoes because good shoes will take you to good places. Sabi nila.
Ayan, natandaan ko yan kapag itulay, kailangan
Oo.
naka-good shoes ako, Mami Joy.
Si Mami Joy talaga shoes. Oo nga, talaga.
Oo, talaga naman, no? Talaga namang totoo naman yan. Talagang sa shoes nagre-reflect. But not
Yung
all of it,
personality.
syempre.
Pero hindi naman
Oo,
tayo
yan.
masyadong judgmental. Siyempre,
Yeah.
kung wala naman talagang pera or pambili, wag nating pilitin, di ba?
Correct.
Pero what's important is you look credible, at the same time neat, formal, yun ang pinakamahalaga.
Yes, I got to agree, no? But there will be sometimes sa iyong speech, kapag if it is a relaxed kind of speech, na talagang chill lang, relax na relax lang, a
Yeah.
jeans or soft shirt will do. Basta
Yeah.
comfortable ka pa rin.
Basta ka
Pero,
comfortable.
pero sinabi namin dito ni Tutor Jess, no? Pwede ka
Yeah.
mag-soft shirt, but never ever use graphic tees. Yung mga yung print sa t-shirt mo na sobrang laki or yung iba
Super loud pa yung mga notes, no?
Ayan, oo. And syempre minsan may mga sinusuot tayo na merong mga anong tawag doon?
Inappropriate to
May
the occasion.
Oo, may inappropriate statements. So consider natin 'yan, guys, kasi yan, kagaya na sinabi ni Tudor Jess, they will look at what you're wearing instead of look at your face and listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Oo. So ayun. And always remember, the best dress you can wear is your perfect smile.
Yeah, your personality, of course.
Of course. Kailangan may smile ka pa rin para makita ng mga tao, ay, warm siya kausap. So, they will listen to you.
Good afternoon po, Ma'am Irazel Corsegan, my co-teacher. Hi po, Ma'am
Ayan.
Virginia Bayani.
Hi, Ma'am Irizel and Ma'am Virginia. Hello po.
And Mami Joy Gervasio.
Ayan.
Hello po. Good afternoon.
Ayan,
Good evening.
Tip number 5 natin. Ito, the day before, the night before the speech.
Most important for me.
Yes, oo.
For
Eat and
us.
sleep enough. Yan. So, kailangan yan talaga. Kasi baka mamaya naman, pumunta ka sa stage, puyat-puyat ka, hagad-hagad
Kaya
yung
gutom.
itsura mo. Gutom ka pa.
Nahimatay na, no? Sa pagod, no?
Baka bumagsak ka pa.
Nangyari na ba yan sa'yo, Shooter DJ, na na nasa harap ka na kumakalam yung sikmura mo kasi hindi ka na nakakain? I think so, right? Meron tayong mga ganong moments.
Actually, ito, Tutor Jess, no, I'm going to be really honest with you. Never pa nangyari sa akin na tumungtong ako on stage. Pero ang tumungtong ako ng stage, nagutom. Pero ang nangyari sa akin naman, Tutor Jess, ito pagkakamali ko, honestly, na sana wag niyong tularang lahat, no?
Yeah.
Pagtungtong ko ng stage, busog naman ako.
So you kept on anong tawag doon, burping, right?
Yeah.
Yung ba nangyari?
Oo, parang may mga times na maangat, or ito, Tutor Jess, yung talagang pag uncomfortable yung chan mo, you know, something explosive
Of course,
is about
the
to happen.
voice will be different.
Oo. Okay yung kumain ka before the speech, pero pagka yung actual na, yung siguro 5 minutes
Not too
before,
much.
medyo kontrolin mo na siya. Kasi kailangan yung perfect lang talaga yung condition mo. Ayan.
Hello po. Ayan, meron akong good afternoon. Good afternoon po to my ninang Maluisles, Ma'am Maria Luisa Biluan. Okay,
Ayan.
good afternoon po, and Ma'am Ira.
Ang daming fans ni Tutor Jess, ano?
Sa atin, syempre, no?
Ayan.
Thank you for
ayan.
watching us.
Thank you po. Ayan, so sabi ni Tutor Jess, never forget to eat and get good sleep before your speech. Pero sabi ni Tutor DJ, not too much. Okay? Control lang.
Do not
okay?
eat too much.
Oo. And don't sleep too much. Baka
Siguro
mamaya,
fruits lang. Baka
ayan, oh.
nakatulog na, tapos na pala yung engagement, no?
Oh, may ang
Speaking
schedule mo.
engagement.
Late na late ka na. And of course, kagaya na sinabi kanina, DYWP.
B,
Ayan, ano nga ba
hydrated.
ibig sabihin
Yeah.
nun? Drink your water, B. Ayan,
Yeah.
always remember, always remember to hydrate. Okay?
Yeah.
Hindi, mahirap
Nakakatulong
yung,
yun.
oo, mahirap yan, Tutor Jess, di ba kapag tuyo ang lalamunan mo, nagsasalita
Yeah.
ka for about 1 hour, nako, mahirap yan.
Sasabay yun sa kabay yung dry
Correct.
yung throat.
Correct.
Sabi ni
Sasabi
Sir
talaga.
John Briones, ako kapag akit ng stage to speak, di na ako kumakain kasi parang wala na ako sa mood kumain sa sobrang kaba. Same with me. That's what I do. That's why I asked you, sir, a while ago. Kung naranasan mo na, kasi lagi akong ganun. Hindi talaga ako
Oo.
kumakain. Pero right after the engagement, tsaka ako makakakain ng madami.
Ewan ko, Tutor Jess at Sir Jan,
Magkakaiba kasi tayo
talagang,
talaga. No?
talagang patay gutom lang talaga si Tutor DJ at talagang mahilig lang kumain. No? Wala nang ano. Kaya yun, and I learned from that. And kaya kayo guys, you guys are listening right now. No? Learn from our mistakes, learn from my mistake. Don't eat
We
too
learn
much
from
before
our
your speech. Kasi syempre, honestly, Tutor Jess, ang nararamdaman ko nun, parang ano na parang Call of Duty na talaga. Talaga, during the speech, uncomfortable na talaga ako. Yung pawis ko, hindi dahil sa kaba, kundi dahil sa merong parating na dilubyo.
Kinakabahan ka na dahil sa ano.
Oo. So, ang nangyari nun, Tutor Jess, because of what I did, naapektuhan ng speech ko. Ang nangyari, minamadali ko ngayon yung delivery dahil gusto ko nang mag-number 2, right?
Oh,
So,
yes.
ayan. So, ingat-ingat po tayo dyan.
Okay.
And always remember this, nung sinabi ni Robert Schuller, guys,
Yeah.
for you guys that
What's
are
that?
listening right now. Ang sinabi niya, Tutor Jess, spectacular achievement is always preceded by unspectacular preparation.
Wow. Parang
Ayan.
unprecedented moments need unprecedented solutions.
Ayan.
Di ba?
Correct. So if we really want our speech to be very, very effective and very pleasant to listen to, at tayo rin, we are very pleasant to look at,
Yeah.
always remember to prepare. Hindi
Always.
pwede
Preparation is the key.
correct. Hindi pwede yung basta ma-deliver mo na lang for the sake of it. Basta matapos mo lang. No, don't do that. That's not a good attitude. Ayan, sabi ni Sir Jan, same, bawi ng kain pagkatapos.
Oo nga. Mapapakain
Ayan.
pagkatapos na ano.
Correct. Ayan, so bilang reminder sa inyo guys, no, kagaya ng sinabi namin ni Tutor Jess before, no, hindi pa
Remember
tayo
everything.
perfect. We are not the best. Okay? Even though
Yeah, we
really
are
good,
not
we know that-
perfect. We
Correct.
should stop thinking that we are the best. Because if
Yes.
you will always think that you are the best, there will be no room for you for improvement.
Correct.
Right? And we
Correct.
should always be
Tama.
open-minded to accept criticism positively. Kasi may
Correct.
two kinds of criticism, yung destructive at saka yung constructive. So
Mhm.
siguro lahat take natin as constructive na lang, although some ay destructive nga. Di ba?
Yeah. Let's face it, no? Tama si Tutor Jess, no? There are some comments na talagang destructive talaga siya. Parang they are there to put you down, to pull you down sa ginagawa mo. But always
Huwag mo na
remember,
napansinin.
correct. Always remember, you know yourself. You
Yeah.
know who you are. Ayan. And you know what preparations have you done for a certain speech. Kagaya na sinasabi ni Robert Schuller. Always remember to prepare for your achievement to be very, very spectacular. Okay. So as always, iiwan namin kayo ni Tutor Jess ng isang very, very, very special quotation. Ano nga ba yun, Tutor
Yeah.
Jess?
Okay, so this is the quotation from Oprah Winfrey. So we have to remember this before we say goodbye to you all. You become what you believe.
Ayan. Totoo yan, no? Talaga naman, Tutor Jess, no? Ang ibig sabihin namin dyan ni Tutor Jess, guys, if you think that you're not good enough, then sorry to say, but you will be not good enough talaga. But if you believe to yourself that you are good and you can do it, you can deliver a speech, yung fear mo of public speaking, yung takot mo in delivering your speech, it will fade away. Promise
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Sabi nga nila, what your mind conceive, you will always achieve.
Ayan,
Okay.
that's true. So if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you're good, if you believe that you can do it, not just in speech, but in everything in life,
In everything that you do.
correct. And then you will be like that talaga. Ikaw talaga yun. Thank you,
Oo.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oo, isa yan sa mga mga idol ko.
Oo. Talaga namang lodi cakes.
Nakaka-inspire, no? Inspiring female.
Okay. So before we end, any parting words, Tutor Jess?
Of course, I would like to say thank you so much for all the viewers this evening, especially to my co-teachers, my students, and of course to everyone who participated in our session today, especially to you, Tutor DJ. Thank you for assisting me all the time. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Always at your service, Tutor Jess. And thank you very much for you guys who joined us this afternoon at ngayon, evening na, 6 p.m. na.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Enjoy your dinner.
I hope you guys will be doing well. And thank you very much for sharing your time with us. And as I always say,
Hi, Kuya
never
Cesar.
stop learning because life never stops teaching.
Yeah, life is beautiful, sabi ni Bea. Continue learning and improving. Bye-bye. Everyone,
Bye,
thank you
guys.
so much.
Keep
Bye-bye.
safe.
Thank you. See you next week.
Enjoy your dinner. Bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!